Welcome back to whatever this is. My name is Kaysa. I'm online, and today I'm going to tell you what you should do if you find yourself in Five Nights at Freddy's. Or I'll just tell you how I would approach it, but you can't sue me if it doesn't work. Five Nights at Freddy's is a very, very well known game. It has so many different DLCs, installations, spin offs, as well as it's been everywhere on YouTube for so many years. It's so popular that it's become its own movie. I will give a synopsis to those who may not know what Five Nights at Freddy is about, often going by FNAF. The franchise features 10 main video games, several spin off games, novels, and a film adaptation. The video game series follows a set of night guards and other characters that try to survive from midnight to 6 a.m. for 5 levels called Nights, while fending off attacks from homicidal animatronic characters. Each game is set in a different location, connected to a fictional family pizza restaurant franchise named Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The core gameplay mechanic involves using tools effectively and managing limited resources to avoid being caught by the animatronics. Entire game you're trying to survive, and obviously there are ways to win the game, so there are ways to survive as you are the night guard. But I do want to think, like, if I was actually in that situation, what I would do. Of course, first things first, never be a night guard. That's the first task. Don't be a night guard in any scenario. There are so many games out there, so many movies, so many things where the spooky stuff only wants to come out at night, and the night guards are often the ones who get hurt as casualties, not even as main characters, but primarily just as casualties. Given also the nature of this series, there are two different outcomes that happens in terms of the main story and then the spin-offs. I've heard a lot of different theories as to why the animatronics come to life and all the reasons why, and how in the end they are either killed or dealt with. There is one scenario where they're after you, and there's one scenario where they're actually trying to help you. And just trying to simplify those two conditions, I have two different approaches on how someone might actually deal with this. So the first night, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to get a good idea that things are weird. A lot of people are able to survive the first night because the difficulties aren't entirely at 10 by any means. Like it says in the synopsis, you're surviving 5 different nights, so you are coming back to this. So I say you survive the first night is the initial prerequisite to move forward. After that, you come in with a plan of action of what to do. If you're in the first scenario where the animatronics are after you, I say you go in, preferably you would just put gasoline everywhere, all over the floors, lining the security office and all the different hallways that lead to you, and including the vents itself, because they can come in through the vents. The main reason why I say that, but don't light it just yet, is because you want to save electricity so you'll be able to defend yourself, look at the cameras, and monitor everything. But it will come to a point that they're going to get close enough that you won't be able to do anything. So I am saying that with your last little 25% of electricity or energy, to close all your doors and everything, I say close all the doors, the vents, cameras, and everything, and just set everything on fire. Or set everything on fire, then close all the doors. Set everything on fire. And then at that point, I would hope the facility is tapped to have, the police and fire department come show up. And they'll have to come get you. But you're locked in the room, surrounded by flames and animatronics. And flames tend to help with getting rid of, spirits and other difficult things. So that's the first suggestion I have. The other suggestion I have is that if you are working with the animatronics, let's say they are on your side.
If there is another way out, I will help you find it.
At that point, you need to get not one, not two, but at least 3 different types of recording devices. Probably like a head GoPro, and then something to carry in your hand, and then something to carry, maybe just taped to your back just in case, just have a couple of eyes on the back of your neck sort of thing. And the goal is to get as much evidence as possible for these animatronics. Now, these animatronics can be very smart. they can know that you're trying to film them in the first place. So that also may lead to your own safety, where they'll try not to act up if you have cameras all taped around you and attached to you. Of course, they may try to get rid of the cameras, but that's why you should just have more cameras attached to you, all over you, even hidden cameras. There's so many different types of cameras out there. You can have really tiny hidden cameras so you can keep recording. And then what you do with that taping, what you do with all the recordings, you take it to the FBI. Someone needs to investigate that. You cannot be alone with that. But there's many things you can do with those recordings, of course, to protect yourself. So let's say the first night or even the second night you get all this footage. What you do, you take it to the FBI or CIA, or you can just upload it to YouTube. Show the world. Create a whole different thing, and then also be able to have evidence to sue the company while you quit, because you gotta, you're gonna have a job, you're gonna be leaving your job, but if you record it, says the animatronics are doing at least weird stuff, whether or not they're possessed or doing it on purpose, faulty things, it's already suspected within the game and the lore and the story that some kids have gone missing. So I would tie everything together and say, I have evidence, I'm quitting, goodbye, here's my reasoning, I'm suing for emotional distress. That's what I would do in Five Nights at Freddy's. I have not played the game. I've seen people play it so much, but I'm a little too scared to play it. Something about video games and me playing that actually makes me so terrified. So I'd rather watch other people play the video game. I don't want to deal with that. But let me know down below. Like, for one hand, set everything on fire. That's just kind of fun. And then someone should show up, Hopefully you have a cell phone too, just in case you just have to call somebody. Ideally, you just don't be a night guard in the first place. Or on the other hand, get as much footage as possible. Those CCTVs aren't cutting it. You need actual GoPros and things. And try to get a lawsuit and get as much money as possible. I think those are two very valid ways to go about it. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, give me your thoughts. I'm wondering. I'm just theorizing. Not theorizing. I'm not a theorist. I'm philosophizing. I'm not doing that either. I'm just yapping. As always. Bye.
We'll see you again soon.